tripping on them hoes.
Yeah. Who's that now? That is me. I'm just sitting here late at night, 3 a.m. and I'm drawing something out right now. I'm about to load up this game, I'll never mind. I loaded it up and I am about to play it alright. I want to record and make a movie out of that and be like, yo, that was just where I was at. I have been busy creating everything that I could see. Been busy working on constructs within my mind, you see. All of these internal constructions that I didn't make, I was too busy with that what I had within my brain. I cannot be focused on things that distract me, because I need to keep my focus straight, this is the key. Yes, I have been working on it for days though. I was telling you, now you better get to know. I'm just up within my zone, and the reflection that you have been looking to catch, it has been there all along. Just look in the water, what you see, that's the light. It is hitting your face and you start to radiate the radioactivity that is just flowing through my brain. The vibrations that the air does carry to my eardrum, and I hear this is just a flavor within my ear. I'm just drawing this beautiful wave out. I'm just trying to describe what I am about. Cannot do it hardcore though, because you know vocabulary. Words can only encapsulate so much. They can never really touch the essence, the core. For I am bringing forth a part of me in terms of words, with the part of me that are the words. Now the scripture would be referentially. You see the description as having meaning to thee, the relatability. Now it is like, yo, I understand what you see, because I can put it into my head and really visualize that what you just said. But that was not the point, you know. Sometimes you have yet to live that what I know. And what I know is a lot, what I've seen is a lot, and what I've got is a lot, what I have lost a lot, and what I am going to lose a lot more. But you know, this is the life like it was never before, and I've known it ever since. The day that it was like this is the end, man. And though I was on the edge, nearly reached the end, but I kept going because I knew that I had something beyond myself to find in this place. The goal, the purpose. That's all that's it. It's just all inside of yourself. Inside of yourself. It's all inside of yourself is what I say, and I have been saying that every single day, yeah. And some say, but they do not say when they are at the lowest some days. Nah, but I do. I've got the records to prove, but not the point. No scars, they say. No scars, they say. They do not even know how to recognize anyway. It was put into place. What is the experience that you've got? What is the substance, the confidence? What do you derive that from? I want to see, no basis exact. So better comprehend. Do you see what I see? This is just me, my eyes, they see what I see, but not thee. So better look correctly. This is actuality, not just an abstract. So I'm just going in accordance with this life, because the flow better gets to know me right. As I'm looking at the wave and the river, it is taking me so far away. These country roads, they take me home to a place where I feel like I do belong. No matter what may happen in this life, it will never go. Pillars are not physically bound to reality though. It's that they will be there regardlessly of my proclamative ability. Yeah, and that is what I've got within me, and that is what makes me stand apart from the rest. I am not afraid. What is the test? Well, I am not looking forward to the next test. You know, I just got finished with my shift and I'm just drawing out all of the shit. Got a canvas in my head. I was busy drawing that all out. Yo, I've got a vape next to me, about to load it up. I made like a 60 to 40 CBD to THC, and I'm about to vaporize the D. Now I am going to be on Saturn with aliens, talking about constellations within my brain. I have been thinking about the engineering that I do upon a day-to-day. Whether we're talking about psychological manifestations materially, now you start to see the wealth is not really outside of thee. Always looking for that, but when you really start to see the memories that you have made, you want to reobtain. But hey, they went to go and now they are far away. Gotta hold on, it's away. It's what they would say, but confidence will let you down. Gotta hold on to that, what you got right now.
So worried, but you don't feel the same. Every night.
say, confidence will let you down. You will see that the expectation will just lead to greed, and it will lead to disappointment letting you down. When you are like, yo, I am already in a tough spot right now. Why is the universe hating me? Well, it is really because of decisions that you have made previously. Whether the decision was to not focus the mind upon trying to find the enlightenment that you need to be at peace. You've got to get your priorities. What is the filter, the allocation that you had sought? You want to be like, I have got space, but you do not, man. Nah, you got a budget in your brain, ain't better start to spend it with a bit of mine, okay? What is that? We've got only so much, so I am like, better spend it right, better spend it right. Better spend it right in this ride that is quite long. It feels like it passes by so fast, but when it is gone, it is like, yo, that went fast. Even though it feels slow at times, but then it feels fast, like where did it go right now? Yo, the string that you can pull from the present to the future, what do you do? I just do what I do. I am me, and I will remain for eternity as I make these memories with everything that I love, and I am going to stay that way more. Yo, as I say, Hecate, walking below the moon, carry that star above my head. I am like, I cannot wait to cuddle up with Luna, alright? I got more though. Yo, I was just thinking the other day while I was sitting in the grass, like, is this really that life that has been going so fast? Like, I've been looking at it every day and been trying to find the individual that can comprehend what I say, but it is way too complex for the brain. Yes, it is going in so many different types of ways. When you've got like 128 cores working simultaneously to produce a single result, it is going to be crazy.
Every day, can't help but to worry. So worried that you don't feel the same. Every night.
Because this is my craft and I am about to play a bit of Minecraft. This game about to load it up and I'm like, okay, I've made this World Cup with Lunda. Just like the album, man, I'll be playing that every day. And I am just like, this is just going to stimulate the right kind of growth, the motivation, the commitment that will never go, the need, the necessity, the greed, that is what they see. Before me, humble opinion would be that I am just going to be neutrally. I do not give a fuck about politics, because I see they are just picking sides like, oh, pick my belief because it is better than theirs. And I am like, bro, I do not want to pick sides, do not want to limit myself to anything but me. I am just going to be freely. Yo, I've got a consciousness that is expanding by the day to day, and I just say accumulate, learn every day, listen to the trees that be telling them be about ancient stories, about back in the day, about times ahead, because the pattern matching in the head, psychologically advanced what I can say, explaining magical practices every single day, in terms of scientific terminology, because really it is not as mystical as it may seem, but rather misunderstood by the most, because it takes experience to be like, yo, that makes sense though. Yeah, exactly, just like anything or what you understand what a book has to say before you read it, man. It is the same principality, start to see the connectivity between different lanes, and then suddenly it all starts to make sense, okay. Shake your reality and become the truest G-O-D that could be. Don't want to talk about deities, but the only one that I have ever seen is the one that is proclaimed by me. Does that mean that I am containing it within me? My craft.
Your face in empty places, moments lost and faded traces. We danced and raindrops fell from skies.
Mic loading
It
in.
was never just goodbyes. We talked in whispers late at night. Stars would guide us, pure delight.
Well, there's chill sessions, you know. Been working hard, wanna chill and get
Yo,
high.
Ash, you been tripping on them hoes.
I do not know who this is, but this is me when I look in the mirror and I can see that what they are ashamed to be, because they do not want to be truly. I guess they are too caught up into the stigma, indoctrinated values, yeah. But I am not, nah, I break free. It's what I thought, but then you start to see that it is not anyway necessarily. It is because of that, the way that I regulate a place, in that way it affects my brain, and by affecting my brain it affects the way that my body is performing within this bigger place. The environment that makes my body in the first place. Epigenetically is how I remain. Physiologically, they would see this is just a reactivity occurring within me. Synergetically, yeah, elementally I will remain, because it is the entourage effect within my brain. I had some green tea, EGCGs, now my memory is going to be differently. I've been training my photographic memory daily, because I've been meditating on my water sea, and I am like I could feel and just associate, attach the value to the memories within my brain. Then I'll document and lay out the gemstones, and the gemstones, the magic would be given by the fact that when you think about the stone, it has a unique signature, you see, a unique form, a unique shape, because it came out of a place. And then when you hold it in your hand, you feel it and you just observe, and then you associate the feeling, thought within your brain with the stone within your hand. That's suddenly where you see it again, and it's going to resemble that, yeah, to some degree. And that makes it easier to grasp that memory. That memory of memories correlate like a tree as the notes stay so deep. Yes, my roots they run deep. I'm looking for water and oxygen, they say, but I know that I felt a lofty capacity within me. The stamina, it is endlessly. Now it will never stop, because I'm just guiding that what I've got. Intuition, now you start to see power, yes, this utility, the craft, the circle from BASH. You inherit the force, this is what I say, and this is not coming from a place of I believe. This is coming from a place from I have been living life. I am just like that, and I've been seeing that. Let me show you, man. This is what I've got. As we are wandering straight through the woods, and I'm going to this place. I'm just wandering through the forest, looking for this oasis. I'm just looking for this place, yeah.
Place in empty places, moments lost and faded traces. We danced and raindrops fell from skies. Love was never just goodbyes. We talked in whispers late at night. Stars were bright as pure delight, but time it took our dreams apart, left me with a broken heart.
You should never be let down by anything but yourself. So now better get it straight within your brain that the decisions that you made, choose to make, are decisions that you chose to make. Responsibility that you ought to claim. The sooner that you see that acceptation is the way, because it are the things that we are not willing to acknowledge is keeping us from the things that we need to see in order to be differently, that be appropriately corresponding to the present reality. Always trying to relate to that what once was or what could be, but what about what is presently? That is what will make the difference in the end anyway, is what I say. So better get it all straight, deep within your brain. They say a lot of things, but I never ever heard, but I'm like, yo, I ain't like here though. Look at the heart that is in the sky, I hear the dash, that is me, alright. Here we go, when I'm up within my zone. Dashie, yes, elevating, you know, I'm gonna rise endlessly. Nothing that will stop me is what I see. But truly though, you better really know that immortality is just a myth, you know, but not impossible within this place. If you think that life is just the experience that you obtain, then you could say that as long as I can imagine it to be endlessly, then it would equate to endlessly. Infinity ad infinitum, it will remain, because this is just me. Yeah, ask her that God is, because life I've got you. Extract that we practice, Dashie what he's on now. Looking at some cold logistics within my brain, constructions of logic, these are pillars that we do make. We, B-I, me, C-D-A-S-H, that is Dashie. Below the moon, below the moon, below the moon, life is coming soon. Below the moon I remain, as I grab the log from the ground up. I push it up like 96 times, and then I get going, running for like 2 kilometers right now. I do like 32 push-ups right now, and do like 32 squats like right now, and then do another 32 push-ups. Then we start running again, and I am like, oh yeah, I grab another log from the ground to do some moon crunches. Now I'm breaking my back right now. What you know about that? Do nothing that they know, do nothing that any can relate, you know. This life absurd, like in 6 years I have not yet seen a single person out here. I am the only person in this place, living in a stopping way, for as far as I have yet really conceived the crack.
Raindrops fell from skies. Love was never just goodbyes.
That does not mean that it could not be any differently. At the end of what I know, at the end of what I know, I am going to say that I am confident about my belief, okay? But I do not hold any primary values. Come sit next to me in the middle of the forest. What I've got in front of me is a great big flame. The fire, it is burning so wild, but I put upon it with a bit of water, and I get some herbs, get fresh. And here we go, let's drink some tree in these woods. The trees, they talk like all good. Tree branch for us, tree disciples. I see you looking down upon me. These are the trees, the roots of my mycelial interconnectivity. I can feel it all around the world. Like, what is this? This is me. I recognize the characteristics within my brain, associations that I choose to make attention of me. Then I see that I provoke the reaction within me that I would like to see. Appreciation that does arise, our work that rewards, not in a disguise. All the trial tribulation that they say, just because they didn't finish it in the first place. Yo. I'm just writing down rooms. I came up with my own alphabet just for fun, because I am like, I got a lot to say, but words cannot encapsulate just what I've got within my brain. So I create symbolism in a different way, because listen up, at the end of the day, the words that you use are simply drawings too, but you are just able to refer them to something that you can understand as being known, because you were taught to know you know. So better get to know as you start to look straight, but do not be afraid, because reality is just real, not kindly necessarily, and that is really just the truth. You see, it is the normality, but abnormality would be arising within society. That's the problem to me. You better be free, yeah. Look at the caterpillar that I've got, hey. Put a caterpillar on my arm, yeah. Got a bee that I've got on my hand, hey. Got a fly that is on my head, yeah. I got an ant that is on my book, yeah. I got some other creatures that I do see. Got the creature from the ground, and I am like, this is so cute to me. That's fire. That is fire, I say. In the year today I saw a pistol on the ground, a plant, and I started to pet it too, because it looks so soft, and I was like, I'm about to rhyme about this later today, probably, if I got the energy. Now I'm here at 3 a.m. and this is what I see. Materializing. Trust.
Stars would die as pure delight, but time, it took our dreams apart, left me with a broken heart.
I just say that the only thing that will take you all the way is trusting in yourself. It will not come from anywhere but yourself. Be the voice that you hear in the darkness, because all of the things around you are just extensions. As you see, they are just internally, yeah. So better get it all straight. They are great, you gotta love a man, hold them to your heart, but be aware of the fact that nothing has to be. So why would you let it hurt you? In the end, better be like, yo, I can't control the situation within my brain, as long as it I'm nobody. So I am going to be in the right way. Feel at peace, feel great. This is my life, okay? Hey, I am looking ahead in like 30 years. Do not know, but I will know. 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 Yeah. You know, and when I say that is a freestyle, one take, people are like, no way. It's true. This whole album is. Every album is. I think this whole album will just be 10-minute freestyles. Hold up. Let me real quick see. I want to see what it be. I've got some beautiful pieces. I've got it. I think.
Your face and empty
In front of me is a great big flame. Okay. The audio's cool. My craft. I recorded Beyond earlier today.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on them hoes.
Have you ever seen a unicorn up within the place? I was just in the forest the other day. Saw a creature in the distance I did not know. Saw a horn and I was like, yo, it does even glow. It is scum and sparkles off of it. And I am like, yo, what is this? This is it. This is life. So I'm going to the place. And we start to realize that I took some fungus to the brain, the fungi that I had. Oh, it is making me connect in a different rhythm with the trees that are all around me. And start to see there is a necessary interconnectivity all around me, holistic whole. You better start to conceive as the trees, they are moving quite naturally. Nothing has ever seemed as real as this. I started taking out and then I started bringing it into this bigger world, this bigger picture. That is what it else that taught me. Witchcraft is not about do you believe, it is about whether you can see the skepticism in the brain. The necessity will be the placement. What is the time and the where, the how, the when, the what. Now this is what I have got, so I am on my way through the forest far away, looking at the tree branches that are laying right in front of my feet. Like I am trying to memorize the patterns deep within me, but I cannot memorize them accordingly. But I start to realize that I took the flame too. I took the flame, this is just really what I do. The creativity that I had to guide. As I meditate in the middle of the book, I didn't know that it was alright. As you meditate in moments though, even if it is like 10 seconds, you will get to know that it is all that you need. And if there is something else that you would ever really need, just ask yourself and you will start to find out that it is within your reach if you just choose to be about. Sometimes it is just about trying a bit more. If you do not try a bit more, then how can you be sure that you are going to make it more than you have yet got? If it is not difficulty, it is too easy, man. It got to be a bit difficult. It pushes you toward improving that what you have got. Test your pack. What have you got? What is your toolkit, man? Your toolkit better be ready, prepared. What is it gonna do if you cannot fucking use it, man? Now I use it every day and try to improvise. You got to be like, yo, I can improvise, alright? If I am wrong, I am wrong, and if I'm right, then I'm right. It is a matter of whether you can have it all within sight, within your mind. The vision that you had acquired, what is that? Now it is so fine. Envision it within your mind, the creativity that you would really ought to find. You want to just have the heart, or just have the mind, or just have the body, but I'm like I want it all now. I want a balance, and there are more than 5 senses, they say, is what I say, because you see it within your brain. There are many different faculties that can process reality quite differently. What is this? This is just what it was meant to be. What is this? Cannot question reality. What is this? You cannot argue with the cosmos. If you try, good luck, but I am like, nah, bro, I'm going to take my shortcuts, they say. Yeah, that's just what it seems like anyway, because I'm so far ahead of the race. Like, how could he even do it, man? I be doing it because I do observe and really watch and see as things do move. I'm not afraid to say that I need to go a different way, even if I have been building a thing for like hours straight. Suppose that I am building an entire framework for like a week straight. Then if it is inappropriate and the only way is to remove it, then I will do that effortlessly without a second thought, because this is just what is needed to construct something greater, man. In the end, that is what I see, and that has been the case like a lot for me. Letting go, problem solving, cross bridging in my brain. All of these different qualities is for programming the strain. I've been programming for like 10 years straight, never ever stop and do not plan on doing that, man, because the programming ability is going to allow me to be differently when I open up a book and I can understand it like it's by neuroplasticity, neurogenesis. This is just what I've got within me, and it will not remain for long unless I keep on stimulating these neural pathways within my brain. And neural circuitry as fit as it could be, because I do not drink as much alcohol as all of these people around me. They are just addicted to what they have been given by society, and that is fine by me. But I am just going to say that the difference is what I do perceive within the brain. It's the contrast though, you gotta be like, yo, what do I want to be though? Do I go to parties? No, because I see a value within me, not within anybody, but just really me. Catch other people, the reflections though, and I am like, how can I relate though? But I am so hypersensitive that I take my time and I process, keep that with in mind. Damn, in the freestyles, what it be? I was just thinking about this other day, and I was like, hey, I'm just right here. I've been to the forest for a few days though, but when I return to me at Lunder, I am sure that it will be a great time. Do not know where I will be, but I will be fine, and it will probably be in a week. But the next day, I was standing there, you see. Then I was there, and I'm looking around me. I see like 4 deer run away, far away from me, but I was just standing there, calmly observing them as they go, and I was thinking in my head, where would they even go? The forest is not that big, well, not the forest though. A part of forest, bit of marsh, a bit of swamp, you know. It is just up within the woods, dark woods where I remain. This is elementally where I stay. I try to remain in these places because that is going to sustain my faces. This is not just a phase, what I say within my brain. If I let go of this, then I am letting go of something that I have been building for more years than I have not within this life. Have spent so much time to build it, alright. So it will be so great. It is more pure than anything could ever be, I would say. So I'm going to remain in the type of way, and sometimes you cannot perceive it to be, but I believe that it is not a matter of others perceiving it to be, if I behold that all internally. Because at the end of what I express, that would determine though whether they can see that what I say. So I'm just like, hey, I am going to keep it in my brain regardlessly. It is not for anybody but just me, but that is an important lesson, to keep it in your brain. And I've been holding on to that for quite a few years straight. But hey, if you forget, you better remember, because hey, that is what is going to keep you straight. The creativity, the flow, the motion, the vision in your head. When it falls away, what is the dependency that you will have? Exactly, so you better start to comprehend. You gotta keep it all in check, yeah. All of my pillars on the physical, as I have said, they are established quite differently, man, and they will not go. God has taught me, has shown me, have been making me feel, have been making me dream. And I do believe by your faith, but I know that it is no certainty within this place. There's no mercy, as it is a construct that we have made to cope with the fact that this reality is not necessarily as we want it to be. And I like, yo, that is fine by me. I find peace with the most awful things, so it can be alright. This is alright. Content, be at peace. What is the enlightenment that you will find within the confrontation? The first step with the situation. Peace, yeah, in your head. Hey, you want to let go, but do not know where you go. When you let go, do not know where you stand. Do not know what you hold. Do not know anything. What is that? Do you drink? Do drink the elixir of life. The experience would be the intensity equate to the memory. You see, and now the potency, the concentration, or the focus. Yeah, you better keep it holding like it's that dope. All the strings, yeah, you pull it from A to B. I pull a string all the way from the pasture seat to the present, where I do remain as I'm cruising across these country roads like every day. Trying to lose my mind up in the water that I see. I do not find it with the substances or anybody. It's what I say and what I keep it in my brain. When you smoke a J, it is just different anyway, and it keeps you away from your work, but that's the point of it though. When you do it, it's like, yo, let's just disconnect, pull out the plug just for a few hours. Yeah, get back to it like for a lot of hours. At least that's 3, I say. Override the experience within my brain. I cannot let it be associated with things that could not be then limiting the experience in the future ahead of me. Yeah, starting and end. Granted, yeah, you better start to understand. Look around, can you see similarities? Pattern recognition, that is what you need. And what's the power in the brain? That is the power to control the power that you do contain. What is the power in the brain? That is the power to contain. You got to contain the power within you, because that is the way that you really got it, man. Because if it roams free, then who is going to tame the beast? That is me. I need to tame it right. It's gonna be so disciplined. It will be so fine. Yeah. It's what I said, and it's what I say. It's what I feel like after I've been doing that, okay. I'm gonna drink a bit of mint tea. Because my throat's getting dry after 30 minutes of it. Yeah, man, we make tea in pots. So the antioxidants do not evaporate because they're, water soluble. It's good shit.
Just better myself. Still holding on to this pain. I still feel the way that I felt. All those years ago are still the same.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on them hoes.
I put on for my place, I put on for the trees, I put on for these backwoods, these country roads where I roam. I put on for the clouds above my head, I put on for the ground below my feet, I put on for the insects that are all around me, crawling on me, on the tree, on the book that I've got. They're everywhere, I'm like, what is up? I am just observing this place, and observation is what we all do anyway. Observing what we see, then we see that we just do think to be. As we think to be, then we start to see. Thinking that I know, like what do I know? The belief that I be forming within my brain. What is the certainty I do not even contain? What is the basis, the substance, but you cannot say. So I'm like, yo, you better start to comprehend. What is the confidence, the audacity that you've got within your brain? Where is it coming from? Is there any substance to that? If there is no rationality or for that matter skepticism with the data, how could you even be sure of that? What you've got within you? But that's belief, faith, and I say it has a place and time, okay, but not like fixed variables, static like a place, stuck. But everything that does vibrate, every atom within the space has all of these photons and neutrons circulating around the nuclei, and I'm like, why would I change that fact within myself when I am a composition of it? Oh wow. Look at quantum, what it be? The universe is seeming invisible to me. Entanglement, but I'm random at place. I cannot be controlled, no I cannot be contained. Chaos, the natural state, the natural order within this bigger place. I would say that balance would be to be in balance and peace. When there is no balance, you see that is the truest test of time. Challenge now when you are challenged to find difficulty, just showing you that there is an opportunity to gain a sense of confidence within the brain that is coming from a place that will not fall away, because the memories that you obtain will back up that what you have got to say, make you know that you know what you know, so you go. That's the confidence, you know you've got the flow, because the power, yeah, you better have it all. I've been talking about it for quite a while, it's nothing new. Now I can smile every day. I wake up and the first thing that I do is I go outside and I sing. I sit down next to a tree and I just read a book. Yeah, drink some tea and meditate for like 2 hours straight. And then I get up, back to the race. When I get done, I am like I made it all, man. And when I made it all, I just like, I cannot wait to go to love with some floof, alright. And when I'm up within the floof and I wake up the next day, I get ready to just repeat the race. The many races that I have completed though, while all of these fuckers were just fucking asleep, you know. No, I cannot damn stop. I cannot stop, nah, Dashie cannot drop. I cannot stop, nah, I cannot stop. I cannot stop, nah, Dashie cannot drop. Dashie cannot drop, Dashie unstoppable. Dashie is unstoppable, Dashie unstoppable. Dashie unstoppable. Dashie is unstoppable. I just say that Dashie is unstoppable within the place, as he is just hugging another tree. And I'ma say, as I hug another tree, I start to realize one thing, that there is nothing within this place that has ever hurt me anyway, except for myself. And I stood in a nest of red ants, for example, that would be, but that is my own decision making, inflicting harm upon me. But within society it is quite differently. See, anything out there is trying to take you away from you. Come here, go there, listen to what I say. Do you have a moment? Nah, fuck off, get out of my way, is what I say. But there are too many people up within this bigger place. You got to see it straight, a budget that I've got, I spend it damn right. I am aware of the energy that I've got within my brain. I do measure, and I ain't just like comparison, yo, I am just that aware in the mind. Articulate, not normal defined. Hence the reaction of yo, I do not know what you did find. But do not stress, do not fucking worry though, because I've got all the words to back it all up. And if I do not, then I retreat, like I never said a thing, and I like I never mind, see. Because I do not want to be like, hey, I do not know what I am talking about, mate. Because how would I even talk about that though? I can make it seem like I know, but I do not really know now. That is not any substance that I need, so instead I make sure that the basis is laid out for me. And when they're like, hey, where is it coming from though? I don't like you, come and walk with me through these woods, dark woods. I've got some herbs that I find, but first I need to take some notes of this plant that I did find. There were like 4 species of bees, a random mystery spider, a sea, a miscellaneous categorized creature that I saw. It had a red color, do not know what it was, but the blue colors that I saw in the background, the sky and the white blossom that I held within my hand. I smelled it when, yeah, I was at a distance, but when I held it in my hand, it did not smell as strong as it did. But then I started to realize the receptors in my nose, they are the closest to my brain of all the receptors that I have got. The signals are going to arrive almost immediately, so the tolerance is building up so quick. The receptors are like a millimeter away from my brain. So I like to take a step back, and I'm going and I'm going and I'm going to me and Lunda. While I'm on my way to me and Lunda though. While I'm on my way to me and Lunda. I found a rock. I found a very beautiful rock. Look at the rock. Wow. A beautiful rock. A beautiful rock. That is what I define. A beautiful rock. A beautiful rock. A beautiful rock, that is what I did find. I went into Mirlunda with the rock in my hand, and I was like, why is this car at a distance just standing there? But I was like, yo, I better do not really care. So I'm moving through the swamps and I see this tree, big tall tree, and I'm like, I want to carve a symbol in ya. I carve a heart in the tree, but then I start to see that I cannot finish the creation that I started though. So I leave the stone exactly where it was though. Hands up on the branch of the tree, and then I keep on moving after giving it a hug, you see. And I ain't like this, is that life as we move and we go, called the narcissus. A tulip, but it was not. I do not even know what they're called in fucking English, mom. But I know that they are beautiful flowers that grow on trees. Oak trees, big tall trees that will not fall down when the storm comes by. The perfect example would be just like the moonlight that is hitting you at night, you see. At light speed, approximately 300,000 kilometers an hour. Now, no, not even an hour, a second. I think it's like 300,000 a second. Like 3. At light speed, it is going through space. The light that is hitting my brain. At light speed, it is going through space. At light speed, it is just going through space. And I'm like, okay, as my pineal gland is producing melatonin within my brain. I am just like the dopamine rush, I cannot stop tonight. I've got the reward system prompting me to keep on going steadily, because I have been going so steadily. It is like, hey, do favor yourself, and I am envisioning everything that I have been up to, and I am like the visual memory that I wanted to develop within my brain by meditating every single day. As I'm within this meditative state, while I am making the song, I can be doing multitasking. I'm like, I cannot go wrong, droppity drop. What is that? What I've got? There is an interval drop in the rhythm that we do compose within the head, reconstruct, and I like that. What I said. Reference, since it was put into place, the context can always make a difference, because it is what owes the meaning at the end of the day. See the reason, the given, that what to say. What I say is that belief is just a part of the whole, one of the many tools. And what is the goal? Not to use a hammer on a screw, but rather use a screwdriver for that instead. So I am like, I better look close, yeah. And what's the material too? What am I trying to build? What is the blueprint that I have got? When am I going to pursue? What is the goal? No, man, so I'm going in the way, just going and I'm going.
I still feel the way that I feel.
I'm going and I'm going in the way.
All those years ago are still the same.
Yep.
Tell me how to fix it overnight. I know the problem
Minecraft. New album.
because love keeps coming.
Freestyle one day. Like 40 minutes. 40 minutes of freestyles. Very nice. Write this one out. And then forget one thing. When you lost your peace, you already lost. And when you give up, you cannot win. So, what do you expect? Shit. First recording had failed. It's come to be expected after 40 minutes. The beat was not right.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on them hoes.
I open up the spot, I've got a bit of weed up in the stash and mixed it up with CBD because I am just like I do not want to get all of these adverse effects affecting me. I want to wake up and feel like I gain a bit in my life. I want to wake up and be like I am going to live alright. I am going to wake up like I did every day for the past 6 years. I have been going so straight, and when I came through the door with like, hey, I have been taking mushrooms, take it straight to my brain. Have been connecting with myself on a deeper level though. Have been able to express myself in ways I did not know. I've been able to accumulate the skills within me to be able to conquer reality, not just the seas but the oceans too. Far away, I'm going across deep waters and I am just seeing sea serpents below me, but I am not afraid. They are about to come up and bite my ship in half, but I'm going though. As soon as they come up and start to grow wings, you know, and as I grow the wings upon my back, suddenly I just spread my wings and I am flying far away before the serpent even gets to the boat that I was going to stay upon. But I like, yo, I cannot go wrong up in this place. Yeah, if I could go wrong, then I was not even going the right way. I want to keep on going in the right type of way. Could, would, now, this is what I say. As I have been looking at the creatures in the water too, have been looking at some coral reefs that I do envision within me, just to find a sense of serenity. Could you imagine a different climate than the one you are presently in? I have exited the winter period this year in a way that I have been working toward for a bit. I want it to be like, yo, I can feel like this is the shit, at peace. I want to feel a sense of harmony. I want to be like, yo, I am my own sunshine, even though there is no light in the sky. And I went in that way, and I went in that way. Do not recommend if you are sensitive, okay, but I went in that way, and I went in that way, and I really did gain a sense of peace within the brain. Indestructible is what I feel like, but not because I am just going through that real life, but rather because I have been doing this every day, and it came from a place of doubt, okay? As I just create and I'm moving and I'm just going, as I am just moving and I am just going, as I just moving. There's some more trees and I say, you can see meer Lunde, goddess, tree branch, 3 disciples in the place. Hey, Luna, I love 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 Luna. Yeah, there's Luna up in the sky, shining, shining down on me, giving me a sense of what is this mysticism that I do experience. I could explain it all away with a bit of psychology within my brain, but at the same time it is like if I have the control to be like, hey, I am at the control panel, I press my own buttons, mate. Now why would I be diminishing the experience that I have got? Why would I hold on to just this or that? Static values, as I have set fixed values into place. There is not what I want within my head. Read only feels is what they do admire though, but truly it is really not just to read. Only feel that I have divine within my brain. Garbage collectible come by, you better do assign a value to it and be using that constantly, not a constant that I define. You see, never even use constants in my code. The code base, no it does not even run slow. The compiler doing work as it translates. It takes the object and just initializes it within a way. It then is going to verify that it has contained the properties that I am going to need in order to continue with this runtime. Because you know there are some values that I hold within the mind. Objects that I use to store all of these things. Categories within categories. Categorization at many different depths. Just like a tree, I grow and I grow and I go steadily, but no tree that has grown with less mass than it needs to be strongly will be strong. So I am going to be what I need to be before I start to worry about whether I can be what I want to be. Yeah, I sacrificed a bit on myself, but in the end I got so much more. I am like, oh well, this is the way that it be. But now I am like, yo, I am just flying overseas. I am just flying far away, like an eagle in the sky, feeling so free, feeling so free, feeling so free. What is that? Do not know now, this is where I'm at. Look into the future, what can you see? See a lot of beautiful memories. Shit. Yeah, man. I'm just advanced in my own way. Caterpillar is just cosmologically advanced. I say cosmologically advanced. Cosmologically advanced. I talk to the aliens on Venus through the Mac drive, asking about what is going on. The aliens do not know, but they cannot go wrong because aliens be strong. The aliens be strong. Aliens are talking about engineering that we have never even invented yet. Cannot even grasp it with the brain to talk about physics, but I ain't like I cannot understand it anyway. But I've got the character within my brain. I remember when these creatures were showing it within my dream. Then I started to apply it in real life. See, then it became reality. Well, is that you just use the abstract, the experience that you have obtained within the head. Experience from phase 1 to phase 2, from phase 2 to phase 1. The interconnectivity, that is just what you do need to establish within you. The establishment is more important than the established, because the familiarity with reconnection is going to make the connection more feasible in the end. If it were to disconnect, there is no certainty that it would even stay, but there is a sense of certainty in regard to being able to be like, I am going to do whatever I can to make sure that whenever I do fall down, I catch myself. Do not break my back right now. Why would it break my back if I can just do something to prevent that? And I know about that, so it's like I take care of myself, and I know what I do so well. But even more importantly, I know what I do wrong is see, so I improve carefully, and I'm not afraid to see. So I do confront, and I do not run. I've never ever backed down, never ever ran away, never ever been like that is not on my name. Always claimed and I lived up to that. I have been more real to the point that people didn't like it though. Now I am real, now I am the realest motherfucker that you could ever know. Do not have a filter, but not with the bad intent. It's rather because I am like I do not want to form an entire narrative out of lies. That is not healthy. Life beneath the skies, fallacious creation. What is this situation? As we draw something out, I am just drawing this jellyfish right now. As I draw the jellyfish out, I am like, it's a jellyfish, oh yeah, it's alright. There's a jellyfish, it's a jellyfish. I was just thinking about the fact that I went to southern France like a few years ago. Well, a few years ago, more like 8 years ago. But when I was there, I looked so damn insane. I didn't know there could be creatures in that type of way. See cucumbers at the bottom of Croatia, okay. In Croatia, in the sea, but afraid of the sharks that could possibly be. There was this big pipe going in the water too. I wanted to swim into that though, but I did not because I saw there was pollution all over the place. And at night there would be light shining down upon the water, and you could see the bottom, the sea floor, and you saw a lot of different creatures swimming around, nocturnal, as they had found a bit of light in place. Probably like they would be attracted to the moonlight, okay. But did you know the insects have the ability, just like all the creatures, to perceive light that we cannot even see within the spectrum that is far beyond our perception? perception-based capability that comes from the sky. There are so many different answers that we cannot even perceive to be with the bare eye, because we do not have the receptors to capture that. Now, it is just light that you see anyway, that has been traveling for quite a long time. Okay, the speed of light is approximately 300k a second though, so better do the math, that is far away, you know, when it takes 10 years to arrive here. So I'm like, yo, do not have fear.